Welcome to Weeping Willow Homestead. Today I have a food pantry haul for you, and yes, I know it's been a while. I keep disappearing on y'all. When life gets crazy, this is the thing that has to go. And life got crazy. My dad has had some really nasty health stuff going on that is long and complicated. And if any of you have been around for a while, you know my daddy is my daddy. And so that's been a bit overwhelming because my dad has a whole lot of health issues and we feel like he's kind of a ticking time bomb these days. So yeah. On top of that, we started work on the section of our house that needs drastic and major work to it. So we have had literally like being able to see the outside from the inside of our house, flooring ripped up, the roof is getting ready to get torn into. Yeah, and it's going to be probably a 2 to 3 week project for the entire thing to get done. There's a dumpster sitting in my front yard right now. And the food pantry is a big part of the reason why we are able to actually tackle that, because we're talking like if we hadn't done something to it in the next couple of years, it would have fallen off the side of our house kind of thing, like part of our house. It has major water damage from it not being sealed. It hasn't had, that part of the house hasn't had insulation in the walls. It's a thing, y'all. So going to the food pantry has helped us to put back a little bit every month to be able to finally tackle that project. So that is taking a huge weight off of my shoulders. But at the same time, it's putting a huge weight on them right now, just on everything that was in that one room has had to find different homes. Like, that is all of my canned food. It's up on the shelf. I pulled out what we would need for temporary, and everything else is in boxes underneath there. All of the kids' clothes in totes are out in the garage now. There's still a freezer out there that's just standing in the middle of this demolished room. It's a bit mess. So, yeah, something needed to give, and that thing can't be me. So it was posting videos. So, this is one that I can film pretty quick, and so I'm going to do this. I thought about, in order to keep traffic to my channel, maybe doing shorts for a while. We'll see. Meals here lately have been super simple, and we're potentially, well, at some point in time, the electric for at least part of the house is going to have to be turned off while they update the electrical work back there. So, cooking is maybe interesting for a couple of days while dealing with that. So yeah, I have no idea. We're winging it here, y'all. Welcome to real life. So yeah, we did not get anything major from Hurricane Helene. That it did make it up through our part of the United States, but we just got some really heavy rains and crazy winds. But we had like a few minor limbs lost out of trees, nothing major. We're okay. I do have friends and family down in that area that got hit, and wow, y'all if you're not already, please be praying for that area of the world, that area of our country. And then starting to see the after effects of Florida. I also have friends and family down there. Luckily, they're all okay. Didn't evacuate because they weren't in the major hit area, but yeah, it's wow. Yeah. More than once have stared at my phone and bawled my eyes out, seeing the devastation that people are dealing with down there. So they are obviously my thoughts and prayers. If that's you, please comment in the comments below. Let us know how you are, how you're faring, and we can be praying for you specifically if you need something specific prayed for, because I would love to be on my knees raising you up to God right now. So know that you already are, but if you have anything specific, please add it to the show notes and like add it to the comments if you just need anything prayed for, because that's what I do. Whenever my brain finds a spare minute to think, I'm usually praying. So hang on just a second. Sorry, kid needing something. So, all right, food pantry haul. What you are here for. This is our small town church run food pantry. You are allowed to come in. They're open every other week, essentially, so twice a month. You get to shop, so you get to pick and choose what you want. So you get to pick what fits for your family, which is awesome. This is the one that I have started going to later in the day, like a half an hour before they close, because then I'm only having to sit and wait for a half an hour. It's one of those where right now, especially, I just don't have the time to wait for 2 hours. If I had nothing else going on, it would be fine, but that is not my life right now. And that's part of the reason why I haven't been videoing also, is because we have had the construction workers. They are a woman and her son-in-law team, and they are in and out at weird hours. Sometimes they're here bright and early in the morning, and sometimes their schedule, it works for us on them whenever they need to be here. Sometimes they're here until 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night. So most of the time they're here, and it's really awkward filming with people here. Most people in my real life don't even know that I have a YouTube channel, like literally a handful of people. Because yeah, it's just awkward and weird. And I'm like, in real life, I'm a super private person. So having that glimpse into my daily life is just weird. Yeah. Anyway. All right. So that was today's food pantry. Let me show you. So we've been going later in the day. Because of that, there are things that they were out of before we even walked in the door. But there are also things that they gave me extra of because it was the end of the day, and things like, especially if they think it's going to go bad before the next pantry. So, all right, let's jump in and see what we were blessed with. We have 2 of these Gerber poofs or puffs. All of my kids like these, even the big kids. These are fig berry. It's a flavor they haven't had before, so I'm sure they'll be excited to try that. Some taco seasoning. 2 of these vitamin E oil. I picked these up. My recipe for bar soap, like shower bar soap, uses vitamin E. So that's something that the next time I need to make soap, I don't have to buy it, which is awesome. I have not bought bar soap in... The first batch I made, my 12-year-old was an infant. So like 12 years since I've bought a bar of soap. I just make my own. Dark chocolate chips. We picked up one of these last time, and it was so good. I ate the entire thing by myself. The kids were all meh on it, but I thought it was amazing. I just did it with pork rinds. And then I said that this one was amazing, and I was like, I really want to try the artichoke, but I'm afraid if we don't like it, And she's like, take 2. She's like, it's the end. We have a bunch of these still. She's like, why don't you take 2 and that way you can try this one. So I'm excited to try the other one. These looked interesting. Spoonable smoothie. I think you're supposed to keep it in the freezer because it says please wait 5 minutes to enjoy. So I'm going to guess that that's the case. I'm not seeing anything label-wise. Anyway, I just figured the kids will probably eat those kind of like a yogurt or something. A turkey breast. 2 things of crepes. We were only supposed to get 1, and she's like, take 2 because you have a big family. So that is something that my kids will enjoy probably a Saturday morning, so I don't have to make a big breakfast on Saturday one day. Thing of these toasted crackers. The rosemary olive oil is delicious. The other flavors are good too, but that one is really good. 2 boxes of macaroni and cheese. Tip on macaroni and cheese. If you aren't a huge fan of box mac and cheese, I'm not. I don't think it tastes very good, but it's cheap. So when you make it, add double the milk and then keep it on like medium heat and stir, stir, stir. And you're going to get a really creamy mac and cheese. So it zhuzhes it up a little bit. Some English muffins. I will turn those into mini pizzas. And then some blueberry bagels. My kids really like those for breakfasts. Let's see here. We have 2 things of cereal. There's Tutti Fruttis, which is like Fruit Loops, and then Berry Colossal Crunch, which is like Captain Crunch Crunch Berries. That's a favorite in our house. Some blue corn tortilla chips, which we're going to use for dinner tonight. And some pretzel crisps in the garlic parmesan flavor, and these are really tasty as well. A lot of times this kind of thing I will dump into a bowl and just leave out on the counter, and the kids can come and eat it throughout the day whenever they want something to snack on, like in between meals. Some Sour Patch Kids, 2 packages of those. 1 thing of Total Blackout 100% cacao chocolate. Yum. This is mine. None of my kids will eat this because it's going to be bitter as all get out, and yet I love it. Which, I mean, the carb count on it, you can't beat that. when you're doing low carb, which is what I do. There are 5 of these French toast graham cracker, graham goldfish. That's the word I'm looking for. There are 4 of these mezcal, something like that, mezcla. I don't know. Japanese matcha vanilla. This is going to be an interesting one. Whenever we get new bars like this, I will break it open and cut it into like 6 equal pieces, and everybody gets to try a bite, me and the 5 kids. And that way, if they like it, then they know to pick it up again. If they don't like it, then they know not to open up a bar. This is a dark chocolate almonds macro bar protein decadence. Definitely not on the low carb side, but for kids, it'll work. So this Bobo's cinnamon raisin, we have tried several of the Bobos and everybody likes them. One of these protein bars. This bag has 3 of these sunflower peanut butter cups. So obviously not peanut butter, sunflower cups. And then a bunch of these little dark chocolate bars. Yum. Those are good. They're a pretty decent dark chocolate. There, if you need the information on them. Equal exchange, fair trade, mini dark chocolate. I have no idea where to get them. Oh, they're also Parv kosher. There you go. Some coffee creamer, little cups. Some immunity tea. And then some assorted herbal teas. I passed up on coffee for those. 2 things of chicken noodle soup. We're getting close to that season, y'all. 2 things of dill pickles, 2 cans of peaches, and then a thing of peanut butter. In the back is some BioClean laundry detergent, which is awesome because this is the kind that I buy. We have some skin sensitivities, which is part of why we also make our own soap. So that is the kind that doesn't bother us, and you can use very little, and it goes a long way. So I know you can buy it on Amazon. If you have really, really sensitive skin, it's a good option. These looked interesting. Rice-based hydration mix in lime. Powered with stevia, so carbs shouldn't be too terribly crazy. Let me see, 5 carbs for the entire stick. So we'll try it and see. It looks interesting and different. I'm not sure what the rice base is, but you know, there are actually 3 of these. One of them rolled under the counter. 3 of these little apple juices. A thing of shelf-stable coconut milk. These are always so useful to have on hand for, oh no, we've run out of milk, or the milk went bad, or, you know, something along those lines. So I love to have those on hand. This one doesn't expire until December, which is nice. And then 2 more bottles of the Starry lemon lime soda. And down here on the bottom, this was the things that she let me take extra of, was they still had like 3 trays of lemons and 2 trays of apples. So the lemons, I will juice them and freeze the juice in ice cube trays. And then we have, like, you can drop an ice cube in your water and have lemon water. Or if you have like a recipe that calls for it or something like that. And then I have a bunch of apples, and I went through and picked out the ones that are bruised and the worst looking. And I will probably end up throwing those in the dehydrator because my kids love dehydrated apples. I may end up throwing some of the lemon peels in the dehydrator as well. Those we like to, oranges, any citrus fruits, the peels we'll put in a pan on the stove and let it simmer all day, and it just smells so fresh and clean. You can also soak the lemon and orange peels in vinegar and then strain it out, and you'll have a scented citrus vinegar that works really well for cleaning. So all right, that is everything. If you need help, please seek it out. I will have a link in the show notes of how to find a food pantry in your area. Whether you need help for a little while or a long while, maybe you have a home renovation that is in desperate need of being done. Your roof is caving in or leaking horribly, and you need to save up for that. That's what this is for. You've lost your job. You are working full-time and still not making ends meet in this economy. My husband has a pretty decent job. He's a semi-truck driver, and we're barely making it in this economy. And y'all know we're frugal as frugal can be. So, yeah. All right, that is everything. I'm going to put this away, and then it is 3 o'clock, and I haven't had lunch yet, so I should probably do that. So thank you so much for watching this. I will try to be more diligent about filming. I promise, even if it is just shorts for a while, because I had a friend of mine say, why don't you just film, instead of filming like meals of the week, film your dinner every night and just make it a short. And I was like, that's a brilliant idea. So maybe I'll do that. We'll see. I don't know. Whatever life brings. So, all right. Thank you so much for watching this. I hope you have a great day. Goodbye and God bless.